the Bermondsey series came about really for two reasons. One is that having been a judge myself and fought endless battles with the civil servants responsible for the courts, I wanted to give a picture of what actually goes on behind the scenes in an English criminal court. The second is that I've always been a huge fan of the great Horace Rumpole, a creation of John Mortimer, who I knew very slightly when he was at the bar too. And I'm a great Horace Rumpole admirer, and I often ask the question, what would Rumpole have been like as a judge? Well, the answer to that, the short answer is he would never have become a judge. He was much too keen on being the indomitable defense barrister. But if he had, I think he would have been a very fair judge. He would have been what we call in the trade robust. In other words, he wouldn't suffer fools gladly, and he would expect you to know what you were doing and present the case properly. But I think he would have been fair and an excellent addition to the bench. Now, when I first became a resident judge, that is the judge in charge of a Crown Court, I found very quickly that there were endless battles to be fought with those who hold the purse strings. In the Walden series, I call them the grey smoothies, because not only of the grey suits that they usually wear, but because their very persuasive manner in talking about value for money for the taxpayer and making a business case for anything you want to do. Among the business cases I tried to get done was installing a secure dock in one of my courtrooms. And by a secure dock, I mean one that actually had a glass panel at the front to stop a defendant jumping out of it and possibly assaulting barristers or members of the public or even my good self. This was firmly resisted on the ground that that had never happened at the court, which was perfectly true, and also on the ground that it would cost far too much money. It took me 6 months to win that particular battle. I didn't win all of them. I tried to stop them closing the canteen, couldn't do that. And you know, you win some and lose some. But I'm writing it in what I hope is a humorous manner. Charlie Walden, the resident judge at the Bermondsey Crown Court, is a likable man. He tries to do his best. He's very harassed, not only by the grey smoothies, but also by his colleagues on the bench, who seem sometimes almost to go out of their way to make his life a misery and cause trouble for him. Fortunately, he has his allies. The Admiral Stella, the court's list officer, the one person who is actually indispensable at a Crown Court because she knows what's going on and organizes everything, and his wife, the Reverend Mrs. Walden, the priest in charge of the Church of St. Ethelberg and All Angels in the Diocese of Southwark. Mrs. Walden is a stalwart supporter and comes to his rescue time and time again. I started these stories thinking that they would simply be humorous, perhaps an echo of Horace Rumpole in a sense. As I continued to write them, they became, in addition, satirical, because life imitates art, as we all know. And as I was writing it, the financial pressure on the court system because of austerity got worse and worse. And as we find today, of course now made far worse by the coronavirus, it has brought the criminal courts almost to a standstill. Many barristers are out of work, will probably not be able to resume practice, and the system is in crisis. Not all of that is the fault of the grey smoothies, of course. Many different things have contributed. But the grey smoothies certainly have their share of responsibility. And so these books have also become something of an indictment of what has happened to our criminal courts. But I wrote them really, their most important function at the end of the day is to give everybody an enjoyable and humorous read. And if I've done that, then I'll be very satisfied. There are 3 volumes of Walden stories now, and may in future be a 4th. I don't know, we'll see. But I hope very much that you will enjoy them.